It's so funny because Kanashi's one of those bands where like you kind of think about it and they've been around for a while. You know, I've seen their name. I think I've seen them maybe with Young Graves when they come through Connecticut one of the times, but it was just one of those natural things. It was actually through Young Graves is how I met Jari because Jari filled in for them.
Right, and
Uh,
now Jari plays bass. Plays bass for Kaonashi as
yeah.
well. Jari is also in En Masse with you. Now, is it En Masse or is it En Masse? Because we're Hispanic. I'm
Yeah.
Puerto Rican. Zach, what are you again?
I'm Puerto Rican.
Sí, do
Yeah.
boricua, aquí
Yeah, ya tú
sentado.
sabes.
Ya tú sabes, Latino in the hardcore scene, in the rock scene. Is it En Masse or En Masse?
So it's a French phrase. Its origin is French. So the proper pronunciation is un mas,
Un
but
Masse.
people could say in mass. I used to say in mass because it's so easier, and people are like, "Oh, is it in masse?" It's just like whatever floats your boat. Whatever helps you listen to the band. Like I could care less how you pronounce it as long as you listen to it or watch us. So it's me, Jari, our drummer Quentin, who joined the band last year, and then our bassist PJ. So yeah, there's four of us, and we're all Hispanic. PJ's half, but I consider him full because his mom is darker than me. So
Right.
yeah,
How would you describe Un Masse for the fans of Kaonashi?
uh, just unfiltered, raw aggression with a touch of sensibility. Because we're not
Mm-hmm.
like the heaviest band. Um, we have hard parts, we have soft parts, and like a lot of that stems from the bands we all love.
Now, I see a little bit of Daryl Palumbo in you. Is that do you get that a lot? Or would you say that because of that, you almost reference to a Glassjaw-esque kind of style, Deftone kind of style music?
Yeah, I get that a lot. That was how I got started into music because one of my friends from back in the day approached me at my job, but he's like, "Anybody ever tell you look like the singer in Glassjaw?" That band is important not just in a musical aspect for me, but in terms to like making friends. And like people can say whatever, like, "Oh, we're just like a Glassjaw copy," and like if anything, we're more of like a Jimmy Eat World copycat band. But people haven't
Okay.
picked up on that. But I'll fucking rep the Glassjaw, like accusations because I don't fucking care. As a little blurb about Claudio, it's like growing up and loving Coheed, and then seeing a picture of him playing his flying V and having a Puerto Rican flag sticker. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? That's sick.
I felt the same way. You're right. Because us, we're used to just being, salsa, merengue,
Yeah,
música de la isla, stuff like that. It's not like our family, they weren't the ones that introduced me to punk rock or hardcore or post hardcore emo or anything like that.
yeah,
It was these skater kids in Puerto Rico. And then they were like, you should listen to Don't Call Me White by No Effects. And that changed my life and pretty much led me to where we're at now, being able to sit here talking with Zack from
yeah.
Unmas, who's playing Never Home this year at August, the Kawanashi Music Festival. You guys are playing the first night, am I right?
Yes, yes, with Angel Envy, Year of the Knife,
And
and Depreciator.
Depreciator.
Shout outs to Depreciator, fucking legends.
I mean, we all love Coheed. We love Glassjaw.
Yes,
Glassjaw
yes.
toured with Coheed. I mean, I don't know about you, but I love seeing that 2000 music from 2000 is starting to really come back even greater. I don't know about you, but when I started getting into the scene almost over 20 years ago, I played in Remy LeBeau in Orlando, Florida, and we got to play with Dr. Acula.
That's an
And
awesome name, Remy LeBeau.
yeah,
Gambit.
yeah,
I love
Gambit,
that. I
exactly.
love that.
We got to play with bands like that, and and Dr. Acula. Shout out, those guys are awesome.
Oh
My
yeah.
children, my
OGs.
bride, my children,
Also
my bride.
OGs,
Yeah,
yeah.
what I'm saying, like, um, it's kind of crazy. And fast forward now to festivals like Never Home,
Yeah.
where we're bringing all these bands in there. I mean, number 12, you guys are on the bill with Sabella. Number 12 looks like you. Our friends Gun Game.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really amazing bands right now.
Within like the past 2 years, it's been finding like some sort of audience. Like we've had one song blow up on TikTok, which I didn't think would happen.
And which one is that so people can maybe catch on? Because I mean, I tell you, I got to listen to New Violent Trends.
Yeah.
That EP is awesome.
Thank
Uh, Justice Once, awesome song. Right first into the track, goes right into it, and then Mask, two great tracks off of that. Now, what is the TikTok song that you would tell people to maybe jump into, or not even that? What song would you recommend?
I would say Mask is a good starting point because that is the entire band as one unit. That's a good like introduction to what the band is. Going back to what I said about like that aggression, but those nuance of like soft sensibilities, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
But then like I would say go to Inertia, which is that is also a good starting point because it's just raw and
You
funny
hear that?
enough.
Inertia.
Inertia for the listener.
Inertia for the
And
listener.
funny enough, there is a midsection in that song that was directly inspired by KO. I was heavily inspired by KO and like Peter and Alex's dueling vocals.
You heard it first here, guys. Right here on the exclusive Never Home interview with Zack from Unmas. There's a part in Inertia that is brought to you by Kawanashi.
Uh-huh.
The fun fact, now the
That's right.
guys know that now too. Let's talk food in Philly for a minute because that's every time I go to Philly, this is what we do. Jari swears by blazing hot in Jersey. Have you ever had blazing hot chicken over rice halal in Jersey?
Yeah, so Blazing Hot is actually in PH, but I am familiar with Blazing Hot. I'm vegan, so I always get the same shit. It's like a
Okay.
falafel platter, but it's so fire. It's so fire, and like it does live up to the hype. So
What's the chips that you would choose? This is now we've had this conversation so many times on the van. What chips we would do because you can bring a bag of chips and they'll
yeah, and they'll
halal
cut
it.
it open for yeah.
So I finally have leaned on plátano,
Oh
platanutre,
man,
plantain
that's
chips, but
that's
with
kind of next
garlic,
level.
the
I didn't think
garlic,
about that. Yeah, the
the
garlic
garlic.
ones.
Yeah, I figured because like the moisture from all the food and everything would end up mashing the plátano a little bit
Yeah,
soft, and I
yeah.
would end up having like a
So you kind of
halal.
get like a halal
Oh,
mofongo.
yes,
Yeah,
a jalamofongo.
I gotta write that down.
Yo, jalamofongo is funny. Yo, fire. So, what chips would you use?
Purple bag Doritos.
Purple bag Doritos, also known as
Sweet chili. Yeah,
sweet chili.
the best flavor. I don't care what anybody says. Check out Grindcore House Coffee. That just popped into my mind. I think it's called Grindcore House. It's a coffee shop. They have vegan pastries there and they serve coffee and it's like punk themed.
Where do you think is the best place for a vegan cheesesteak?
Forgive me for this, but I don't know street names in Philly. But there's this one spot, and I think it's across the street from like this abandoned movie theater. And I had like one of the best cheesesteaks of my life there. I can't remember the name, but if I remember it, I will tell you at some point.
Hey, guys out there that know familiar with Philly, whether it's the band or even fans, if you know where this place is, bring Zack from Unmas a the life changing cheesesteak from the place across the abandoned movie theater.
You'll get guest listed for life.
Yo, guest list. You heard it here. Another first, bro. This is a lot of
You get
firsts
guest
right
list for
now.
life if you bring me a vegan cheesesteak.
Guest list for
If it
life.
sucks, you're banned forever.
Yo, insane.
I just
Oh my
want
god. What are your three favorite songs like from Kawanashi?
to definitely Coffee and Conversations, Blue Pop. I love that song. Those lyrics Alex wrote. I'm assuming Alex wrote them. I think he sings on it, but it's like the most heartbreaking lyrics I've ever heard. And then the third one, I'm gonna go with a new one, Staycations. Because
Oh yeah.
when I first heard that song, I was like, "This is amazing!" Like I love KO's heavier stuff. Like hands down, it's fucking amazing. But like this goes back to what I was talking about, like those softer sensibilities. Like they could just write a whole record, it's all like the craziest riffs you ever heard, and then another record where it's just like straight like equal vision post hardcore that we all know and love. But
Yep.
Staycations, that one was like when it came out, it was on repeat for me, and like I think it was like the first time I flew to California. I was going to LA, and as the plane was taking off, I was listening to Staycations. So I have a
I
little bit
uh,
of sentimental stuff with it.
I love Staycations as well. When the guys started ripping that song out there for everybody to hear, they used to do this like the crowing intro of
Yeah,
Code
yeah.
Heat into Staycations. A1 sauce. That whole EP is A1. When that transition of Kawanashi formed for you, how were you taken back from it?
It wasn't too like bewildering for me because like I was already familiar with like their earlier work, so like I knew like those like influences were there. But I just you know welcomed it. The thing with like Keonashi is like I never had any reservations about them because I know like, and the guys also know, like Peter's vocals are like a source of like division for people,
Mm-hmm.
but so was fucking Glassjaw. People
Yeah.
want to talk about how they've always loved Glassjaw. No, that's not true. People would fucking rag on Daryl's vocals all the time
Oh,
because
100
it
fucking
it,
percent.
it was fucking different. And, it wasn't like the same fucking shit that you would hear on the radio or on the TV. And it's the same thing with KO. So, when I heard like Peter's unique vocals, I was like, oh, this is sick. It's different. It's not like I mean, forgive me for saying this, but like it's not the same like white dude singing the same way where it's just like some weird like trying to come off across as like super pop, some
Mm-hmm.
sort of Michael Jackson pastiche, but it was sick. And like Peter can also sing, so like insanely jealous that he can like sound like that and also sing well. It was just I knew it was gonna be good, because like when Dear Lemon House came out, that album was also on repeat for me. I mean, some of the lyrics on that record, like I know has to do it's pertains to like the story with Jamie and Morgan and all that stuff, but you can feel like the real life touch to those lyrics and the way
Mm-hmm.
they're delivered. The transition for me was like it wasn't even a transition. It was just like, oh, like they're just dropping bangers after bangers.
What's the impression that you want to leave on Kawanashi fans that weekend at Neverhome?
That you can make whatever the fuck kind of music or art that you want to. And if you ever have the inclination to, you should follow it. And if you like what you hear, definitely support as much as you can. Yeah, I want them to come away thinking, wow, that's sick. I want to dig deeper, and then the same thing with any of us. Whenever we find a band we like, and if like you're a real music nerd, like you're gonna want to find the influences of that band and influences of those influences. So I think like a good word is discovery. That's what I want people to take away from if they watch us. Discovery. Um, and if it inspires them to also start their own band, if any band on this fest does, then they should fucking do it because all the bands on this fest are sick, and a lot of them are legends. So yeah, everybody's in for a treat, and I think everybody's gonna have a good time regardless.
That's right. You heard it here first. Zach, it's been a great time talking with you. I ha-
Likewise.
I have one more question for you, and
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is a question for you. Kind of double back on the My No Effects thing. What is the song or what is the album that you would say or artist that was the one that changed your life when it was introduced to you and you said, I want to live this life. I want to do music. I want to be here for this reason. this is my calling. What is it? Or
This
what
is
was
this
it?
is such a obvious answer to anybody that knows me, but it's Deftones around the fur. That is the perfect segue into heavy music. You know, I discovered Deftones through my older brother with White Pony. But yeah, that is one of my all-time favorite records. They're one of my all-time favorite bands. Probably number one. Sorry, Glasha. But yeah, I mean, everybody knows Deftones. You know,
Yeah.
they're at the biggest point of their career, and like they have never really faltered to any sort of like cliche or what was going on in the mainstream. They always did their thing,
Yep.
and you can trace that to not just my band, but also Kanashi. Like we're all doing whatever the fuck we want. We're sounding however the fuck we want, and if people like it, great. If people don't like it, awesome. But none that's gonna ever like stray any of us from doing stuff we don't want to do.
That's right. If you want it, you buy it. And if you don't want it, hey man, you don't buy it.
Yeah,
But at some point you're gonna end up at a Unmas or Kaonashi show, and you're gonna get kicked in the head, and then you're gonna realize that you wanted it and you want
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Well, and we want this. So let's go.
That's what life's about. Is have fun.
Have fun.
Have fun as much as you can.
I love you, man, and I
I
can't wait
love you
to
too,
see you
man.
guys. I can't wait to
I
see
can't
you
wait to see you,
guys.
man.
Can't wait to see you. I can't wait to see your guys' performance. I am ready for it. I'm just the whole world's gonna be ready for it. Everybody attending, Never Home. Make sure you guys get your 3-day passes, your 3-day VIP passes. You'll be able to get into the first day so you can catch this first night of shows and everything. Never Home, Kaonashi 2026, Unmas and Masse and Mass. However you want to pronounce it, it don't matter. Just listen to it. It's just like you wanted. Fuck glory, but it takes the failure. Don't fix it, rather bad. Show it out the life you live. Fix it now. Never trip over. Nothing back. Another source of to lay eyes on. It's scared me to know how you are. They always come back for more. So simple now. Go and copy. Another source I to lay eyes on. It's scared me to know how you are. They always come back for more. So simple now. Going you got me what you want.